Game on. Go masturbate.
All right, Matt, get closer, bro.
All-star panel.
Yeah, IJS Radio.
IJS.
Today is March 26th.
Dun dun dun.
And we have a guest today making a world premiere appearance on IJS Radio.
First guest on IJS.
And this is
ever.
his first radio interview. This is my good friend. He is a rock singer slash guitarist, bassist, songwriter, and his name is Matt Britt. Welcome to the show, Matt Britt.
What's up, y'all? Hello.
Yeah, get a little closer, man. We want your knees to be touching our knees. No homo.
John Montana always insists knees must be touching.
Yeah, we're all sharing one mic right now, but we're gonna make it sound right.
All right.
It looks pretty good right now in the waves.
Oh yeah, the waves, man.
The waves,
so
man.
Speaking of waves, you have a lot of experience with the beach, right? What is it like? Being at the beach and wherever we are.
Okay. He's a beach guy. I mean, this guy is he's a white guy, but he's got dreadlocks. He's almost sunburned whenever I see him, except when it gets cold and he turns very white. But but it's where I met him in California. It's always very sunny. So tell us about yourself. Tell us about what is the inspiration of your music. I want you to go deep because this guy gets deep. Like he sends me like text messages all the time about his lyrics and all this stuff. And so tell me what defines in one word, what defines you? One word, just one word.
Sum yourself up right now.
In one word.
Go for it.
Righteous.
I like that.
Righteous
now
brother.
Explain that to me. Explain what makes your music righteous.
Because my music is a feeling of obstacles, feelings you can't describe unless understood. As it's a train going through each part of your mind, traveling at fast speeds, slow speeds.
The world is running a train on your mind constantly. Did you have another
And when you're in a tunnel may be confusing, but let it settle in. And as you discover, it leaves a whole new light, leaving each new tunnel.
Yes.
The quote to the unconsciousness.
All right, and
to explain the music.
You brought your bass. You mind maybe playing a little tune, like just a little 16 bar thing?
You heard it here first.
We'll premiere. Mr.
No, you
Matt.
can't.
Come on, you're ready, man. This is not live.
We ain't plugged in.
Fuck up.
We can't put him on the spot like that. Wait, so bass, not guitar. Bass? That's your instrument, bass?
Like guitar, bass. Gonna put in the drums eventually soon.
All right. So what do you have out there so far? How many songs? How many any things?
As far as this album.
Sure, anything.
There's 11 tracks on there, and then there's actually a bonus track on there, like a hidden track. So it's pretty fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. Me and Manny, we recorded a bunch of work, put a lot of work.
This Manny guy is your producer.
Yeah.
I, John Montana, have no idea who this guy is.
Exactly.
I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. But anyway, I was also going to ask you. We're a very political show, and okay, we had a little technical difficulty. We're back.
Switch this.
I was just going to ask Matt Britt real quick because since we are a very political show. One of the reasons I wanted to have you on, not just so you could just plug your product, which is very good music, by the way, but we want to also talk to you about these things that have been happening to you in your life that you can relate to, world affairs, and fascist police state. Because from what I understand, you've been arrested quite a few times, right?
How does Mr. Montana know that? Well, yeah. I mean, what have you experienced?
What are your opinions in general on what America is becoming? What is America becoming in your eyes?
Life of servitude.
Servitude to the masters.
Yeah, we're living in a plastic bubble, suffocating with the technology.
Speak up or get a little closer to the mic.
Speak now or forever.
That's very deep what you're saying here.
Hold your rage.
Like we're humanistic robots, plugged into that I guess that recharge of happiness. When happiness should be inward. Right. And understanding the outward.
Wait, did you say the N-word?
No, happiness is inward.
Happiness is the N-word.
It's inside. Happiness is inside. But some people, the N-word.
N-word.
It's not in the technological plastic bubble, correct? Yeah.
Oh. And then we know that now they have technology to put like robotic parts into your brain and make you a cyborg and all that.
Would you accept that? What is your answer?
It meant free healthcare forever. You get the microchip inside you. Yeah.
Not gonna do it. So what do you think? Does it make the music? Is it like, does it make you angry, or is it more about counteracting it with?
I think it's awakening. It's like a catharsis release.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like therapy.
I think it's like I think everybody feels in the daily struggles we live, you know, day-to-day life, and it sometimes life, you know, brings us down, like, you know, we're locked down to the ground, and I guess it just gives you a little higher approach, like a higher awareness, as well as like feeling, you know. I think it's enlightening music, and I think it's like a catalytic kind of creation, or cataclysmic.
I'm a big fan of his music. I think it's very well written, very well produced too.
Oh, yeah.
Tell this Manny guy that he did a very good job.
That he's got a huge.
It's very well engineered and
very well. It's very.
And then I have to say, like, it reminds me of kind of like it reminds me of protest. It's very protest rock. It's very like Rage Against the Machine, but also very like Jimi Hendrix. You know, also very
Barry Manilow-ish.
Even lyrically, it's very, you know, it's what's that guy? Fuck.
Oh, that motherfucker.
He was like the biggest protest singer ever.
What, Neil Young?
No.
Bob Dylan?
Yeah, it's very Bob Dylan.
Bob Zimmerman, I should say.
Yeah, but you can actually sing. Bob Dylan couldn't really sing. That's why I couldn't remember his name, because I don't really consider him a singer, more like a lyricist, really. Like, I'd rather read his lyrics than actually listen to him. But your lyrics, you can actually listen to them because you have this great voice. You have a big, like,
thank you.
You know, grungy, like very
booming,
very Nirvana-esque voice.
Well, let me stop.
Your beats are very Rage Against the Machine, so it's got like a funky feel, but also with a dark, grungy feel, like mixed with. You know,
it's really IJS approval stamped. So like, where can your stuff be heard right now? Because I do not know, so I must know.
Nothing
Tell them
right now.
I have a
not
copy.
online.
I'll play you some.
All right, we need to get a copy out there. We're gonna use it as the bumpers to this show, like beginning and
we'll play,
music.
Yeah, do you mind if we play some of your music on the show, like as intro music and stuff like that? Yeah, because you got really good like revolution music. Like that's what I like about your music.
If you're down, we'll use it.
It's rebel music. Like the great Bob Marley.
Not yet.
Let us know. Oh, if it's unfinished, we won't use it.
No, we'll only use finished shit, obviously.
No, like, cause I'm gonna get, you know, copyright and everything, make sure that's.
No, of course. I mean, we're not selling your shit. We're not making any money off this show. Believe me, dude. But I'm saying as a way to promote your music.
Yeah, it could get out there.
On the show, we could promote your music. Your music can help promote the show, and vice versa.
True. I see though the point. It could get out there and in the wrong hands, and someone could like copy it or fucking like pretend they wrote the song. You know, if shit's out there before copyright goes into effect.
Yeah,
which
but
is what
you know
he's
that
saying.
all you have to do to copyright now, something like that, is basically
put it online.
Well, once you put it online, as soon as you put it on YouTube, it's copywritten automatically to your name.
Yeah, owned by Google.
Yeah. Exactly, and
or something.
And same, you know, once you publish your stuff online, you put it on your own website and everything. It's kind of an automatic, like legally, it's an automatic copyright. You know, so do that stuff. Get your publishing done. Get your fucking copywriting. Get your you know, whoever engineers your stuff, like basically he pretty much owns your stuff right now, you know what I mean? Because it's on his computer.
Oh,
so
shit.
So technically, like,
sounds like blackmail.
Nobody can use it without his permission, you know? Not even you, really.
Oh.
So get that worked out, make sure all the copies.
Do we have a hostage crisis of music?
No, but that's how the business is. The producer has the product on his computer, laptop, whatever it may be.
Yeah, they'd be stealing master tapes in the middle of the night, you know, backing up.
So just make sure that you guys have a deal worked out where all the copyrights are straightened out, because.
What are you talking about?
Huh? Yeah. I'm talking about where your material lies. Like, you're saying they're not copywritten, but as soon as they're created, they're automatically copywritten into a computer database. So that means there's a date and time of when,
timestamps,
when and on what computer everything you recorded is on. So that's who basically, until you have a legal copyright that you own your stuff, the owner, no, the only
So
owner
you're
of
saying
your
you
stuff.
have control over my stuff.
I'm saying the person that owns the computer where your stuff is, whoever that person may be, is technically the owner of your material.
It's definitely not Montana Jr.
Now, if you have it written or typed somewhere or like printed on something else, then that's different. Like your lyrics, for example, you have them printed on like a one of those cover artwork and stuff like that. That's, you own those lyrics because they're printed out, by you and your people. But I'm talking about the music itself. The product itself, you have to make sure you copyright all that.
Yeah, it's just ways of proving that you got it in at a certain time. Like, that's what
like
the real copyright
let's say
is.
somebody steals your song, you know what I mean? You can prove, even if you don't have it copyrighted, you can prove that it's yours and you can still sue because it's on like your computer. It's on, you can find the original files.
If it's registered. If you don't fuck up and lose files or just can't prove it.
But that's why you should never lose any of your masters. You should.
Like I got in a little accident in my car with a bicyclist the other day, and he is trying to claim his bicycle was destroyed or whatever, and it wasn't. Like, I saw him walking away and it was all, the tires were good and shit, like the seat, whatever. But yeah, it's like, and now after he's saying that, I'm all thinking like, shit, I should have snapped a picture of this fool walking away, doing that. It's just all this document, all these things slip your mind in the moment, and it's not gonna be a big deal, but shit like that. But yeah, there's the poor man's copyright, where you send something to yourself in the mail. I don't know if you've heard of that. Like, it's not like the best way, but it's the old school way.
You copyright everything on the internet now. All the publishing is done on the internet.
Microsoft authorized and shit.
BMG or
this is business
or whatever it's called.
This is the bullshit of the business.
I can help you out with that stuff. I have people that know people. All this stuff. I'm not in the music industry.
Montana's connected.
I know people that are in the music industry that can help you out with that stuff. Really easy. Yeah. Just do it. You're a guy that I happen to know. You're a good friend of ours, and you're part of this movement that we're basically trying to explode on this.
The thug passion.
You're definitely movement. One of our fans, one of our most credited fans. And I want to know also, like, how did you come to understand like all this knowledge of how the world works? Because you pretty much understand everything we talk about on the show. You kind of already understood, like. Because you see how
it's through your experiences. It's through going whatever obstacle and you surpass it, and you have a clarity of understanding that through every hardships and downfalls that we always break away through that and have something to guide us through that. Like, what I'm saying. And you just become more aware and more enlightened. So I guess it is wisdom and knowledge, and it's for those who really seek it and then try to find it. I think that's
the music.
That's the whole accomplishment.
You were born in St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
Murder capital of America.
Thanks for surviving.
I think Chicago.
Congrats to you.
Just don't go down to East St. Louis.
Oh yeah.
So have you ever murdered anyone?
No.
Okay.
Are you a Saint lunatic? Are you, or have you ever been associated with Nelly?
No.
So St. Louis to wherever we are now, let's call it Mega City 1.
You never reveal our location.
No, never that.
But I understand you live in California, right?
Yeah, in like the Santa Monica area.
Well, I think you live in Venice or something?
Venice.
No, you live in
Hollywood.
Right.
It's like the circus that runs 24/7.
Hollywood.
That's one of those
crazy. I respect that place. It's like every certain place has some kind of certain
vibage.
Yeah, so I guess it is what it is.
So what is life like over there in the police state of California? Like, we don't know. We don't live there, so we don't know. But we want to know, like, what is it like? Like, do you get harassed by a lot? Are there a lot of these cops,
man,
like Dorner was talking about?
Yeah,
what's your a lot of violent cops and what's abusive of their power?
One thing I realized is like there's laws of attraction, and I really realized a lot lately, like all your thoughts, all your words, all your energy, like. If you just stay positive and you attract good things and I think my problem back in my past.
But you say
I was just positive. A negative person. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you're thinking that your negativity attracted more police?
Yeah.
See, I'm negative all the time, man. I've never been arrested ever in my life.
Wait, let him finish the point, John. So you're saying, okay, so you were negative at one point.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And now,
and doing, I guess, like, not, I guess, good things, you know, for myself. So it's just lately.
So you believe in, like, the secrets and shit?
The secrets, yes.
Yeah, I believe
if
part
you
of
believe
that.
something
I
that
really,
will happen to you.
I don't know.
If you have negative thoughts, then negative things will happen to you.
Like, life's been good, you know? I just think we go through just different, you know, different phases of our lives. And I think now it's coming to a point where everything is at a complete realization of things, and I feel like there's good things here to come, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
really
what I would say is don't be negative, but don't be too positive either. Just be realistic.
He wants to limit your positivity. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Be positive when you really need to be, and be negative when you really need to be. But be realistic at all times, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well,
don't let negativity or positivity control your mind. Let reality be the controller of everything. Because
what is reality?
Oh, you got hosed right there, son.
Because the reality, we have to figure out what reality
the reality
is.
of your
We don't know what reality is. You have your own reality, you have your own, I have my own. But none of our own, you know, individual realities is really the total reality.
No,
we have to find out what that total reality. We're on a constant struggle of really figuring out what the totality of this reality we live in is.
Totality of your reality, yo.
So reality is a constant struggle. It's a constant learning experience.
Well, yeah. It sounds like I live in the Matrix, so it doesn't even matter there.
We all do.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, so yeah, it's a shift. Oh, see, Britt here is bringing the opposite message of most truther radio programming, because they're all about some gloom and doom. You said good stuff is on the horizon, right?
Matt Britt, I guess, is more into this matrixologist like way of thinking that, you know, you can shape your own reality. You know? And I don't know if I fully agree with that. I think that sometimes reality can also shape you. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I think you have to be in control of who you are and not let reality shape you. But I don't think you can shape everything around you. You can try. You can have an impact on the world.
You can shape your own music until the record labels get a hold of it. But yeah, I mean, that's what art is, right? It's supposed to be you creating what you want.
I do on some level agree with you that if you think negative thoughts, you're gonna do negative things and nothing good is gonna come out of that. And if you think positive thoughts, then you're gonna do positive things and only good things can come out of that. So I do agree with you on that level.
Yeah, like
I just don't think it's something you could just think up and it'll happen. You have to actually
this is how I realized it happens. Because for instance, Saturday night I played like on Hollywood just to make some music, you know,
on the street.
So I only made $5, all right, for like the first 3 hours. So I give somebody $1 and I took a break, you know, got some coffee. Went back out there. Someone drops me a 20. Then someone gives me about a total of $10. So I made another think about another 15 after that. So I think there is some kind of like energy based on that, because when I first was playing out there, there's all these like little haters and people saying bullshit.
But that's not
what I'm saying.
Thinking positive. I don't think it's a miracle. I think it's you being actually genuinely talented, and your songs are not very positive often. They're about despair and about they're very bluesy.
But it's catharsis, like you
you're
say,
expressing the negative aspects of your life into your lyrics, and that's a good thing because everybody can relate to these things. They can relate to having the blues or being down in a downward situation and all this
downward spiral, if you will.
So I think your music is what people. And it's actually the negative things that you express in your music, like the depressing parts of your music that actually people like. They like to hear things they can relate to, because nobody's really enjoying the fucking bling bling life and driving fancy cars.
Especially those not doing it.
Exactly, and that's why you see that kind of music already starting to fade away, because and people want real music like Mumford and Sons and shit like that. Because they can't relate to somebody with a bunch of fucking bling bling and 2 chains and shit like that. They can't relate to that shit anymore.
What? I thought the average American has 6 chains.
I think we're going into a generation of people who are so depressed with the way the world is that they're hungry for music that they can relate to. They things that they can't relate to these rich elitist rappers anymore. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. And you're bringing that reality check. You know what I mean? And that's what I like about your music is the reality that it brings. You know what I mean? The reality that.
So you're not a pop princess? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, this guy is very.
No, it's all about the real. It's all about the real shit this time.
You're not an optimist in your music at all. You're a realist with it. You know, that's what I like about it.
What kind of experiences with the police state and strange underbelly of society has informed your music?
You don't have to talk about your arrest record, but we are interested in hearing about it.
We won't bring it up even.
Just because this is the kind of show we do.
Yeah.
But
you know, it's nothing serious. It was just, you know, I like to. I guess at the time I was like kind of just wild, but at the same time, I think out of all of the drugs, that's the worst that's going on in America. I think alcohol is the worst.
Oh wow!
Honestly,
speak on that.
Because honestly, you know, I think the main problem is with society these days is that when people want to get a little fix of escapation, they always turn to alcohol because it's the propaganda, the American way that's like right in on our commercials, like always drink beer and you know, drink alcohol. But honestly, if everybody was smoking weed, everybody I think would be more like you know, enlightened in a way, you know, and more relaxed.
What if they smoke weed and drink a lot?
At the same time, I can't. There's people that are on prescription drugs that act crazier than people who are drunk. You know, you weren't driving.
They mix too.
Drunk driving. You were just publicly intoxicated, which people get tickets for all the freaking time, and I think it's ridiculous because where do you go after the bar is closed? You know, you're gonna be drunk and you're gonna be walking the street
either
drunk.
in a car or
people
walking.
commit public intoxication all the fucking time, and it's stupid when you have legally prescribed Prozac to fucking 17-year-olds that go shoot up their schools.
Forget your agenda for a minute. So I want to come back to alcohol thing. I was going to say, okay, obviously a lot more people are smoking weed in this mythical state of California that I've never been to and other places like that. Okay, two things. One, what if people smoke weed a lot more but still continue to drink and do other stuff? And also, so that's one question. And also, this alcohol, so why do you think it's the most damaging of all the
I mean,
intoxicants?
because I've lost more cell phones more than
I thought he was gonna say I've lost so many friends.
I've lost
no.
I've lost so many cell phones.
Let's hear.
No, I mean like you lose some people on the way, but honestly I think there's always the duality force of the dark and light, and sometimes like I believe that you know, when I've had some bad like blackouts and shit, I think that those aren't worth the people that you were supposed to be with in the first place.
Yeah.
And you just like when another door closes, another one opens. And sometimes I really have this good belief that sometimes things happen for a reason, you know. That like I mean I've fallen out of a tree one time, and this is 20 feet high, and the last branch caught my foot. So I was like, wow, I could have been dead. I could have been a paraplegic.
You caught your foot and you hung?
No, the branch caught my last branch. Like was like a V right here, and my foot just caught like a little sideways, and it saved my fall.
It didn't break your leg?
I don't know, because I was like high on, you know, some Molly and I was like, drinking.
When I first met this guy, like he was unbelievably like drunk all the time.
Yeah, and I cut back a lot, you know what I'm saying?
And you're really like, you look totally different. You're a different person now. You're a lot more, you're clean. You don't look sunburnt as much as you did back then. And it's good. Like it's improved your music. It's improved.
I mean, if I do drink, it's some Blue Moons, but honestly, it was the hard alcohol that I just think it's the devil's poison more than anything. Like,
and no one, you're right. And it seems to just be so accepted. You know, it's never really. There's so much focus on all this crack and heroin and everything.
I've
and
had
all this
a couple
other stuff.
of friends like pass away because because drinking was involved. You know, a lot of drunk accidents. And stuff.
I mean,
I mean, it's just, I just think I've never had any problems with like doing psychedelics or, you know, like I see like a whole new outlook of things when I first tried it, you know, like having some kind of good experiences that are like, you know, sacred and enlightening. I think that's what leads to that wisdom and that, you know, that happiness, you know. I really believe that.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline, motherfucker.
I don't know what that has to do.
No, I'm saying like like leading to the path of opening your mind and all that sort of thing. Alcohol is sort of the opposite of that.
You know, for real, like I've had so many fucked up times, but some of them you're just like, wow, you learn from that, and then you just grow on.
The fucked up thing is, like, even if you have a really good time, you either can't remember it or can't remember all of it, and then it just seems like a weird, like, dream or something after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you really get blacky, fucking just alcohol, tipsy, blacky.
My theory on why alcohol is probably the most abused, dangerous substance in America is because of how cheap it is. It is the cheapest drug you can get, the cheapest, most intoxicating drug.
That's true.
Like, imagine if Coke was that cheap. Everybody would be running around coked out, driving coked out.
Right. But at the same time, in these Hollywood-ish
so we go to Colombia, right? I
mean, but people always...
If weed was that cheap too, everybody would be fucked up and stoned. Nobody'd be driving.
Yeah, well, people also... I mean, people overpay to, you know, pop bottles at the club and pay 6 times the price for alcohol to, like, you know, have fun. They're still, like, if not abusing it, you know, just using it heavily. And... yeah, but you definitely have a point. I mean, in these fictional Hollywood bars that I don't know about, they charge a lot.
Girls go to these bars to meet rich guys because they know that these guys are going to spend more on alcohol and all that. But girls don't buy their own drinks at bars. If anything, they get drunk before. They do like we do. They get drunk before they go to the bar.
Yeah, motherfucker. Well, Jamie Foxx said it best, as he does all things. Blame it on the yeah. So
but at the same time, they're propagating. You know that song though, "Drank." Instead of drank. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's true. There's more advertising for alcohol than anything else.
Is there?
Like, yeah. Like for beer, for vodka,
like the Super Bowl
and
shit
and everything. Yeah, and you know, rappers always promoting Cristal or now not Cristal.
No, that's racist. That's racist.
You know, now other shit like
Belvedere or no, that's that's vodka, but Cristal, Veuve Clicquot or some shit.
Yeah, the one that Puffy's always.
And you know what? Why does alcohol make you want to crave cigarettes more? I've noticed. Why does that?
Of course.
And it's funny because you get more of a buzz smoking cigarettes. It kind of like, you know, raises your whole like buzz. But it's actually supposed to be really bad for you to drink and mix alcohol.
Oh, right. A lot of things. Let's touch on that, Mr. Montana.
Reaction or something like that.
So you've told me, okay, so you say weed and alcohol cigarettes and alcohol have a messy reaction, cocaine and alcohol is a bad reaction, and fish.
Xannies and alcohol is a deadly reaction, which I used to mix all the time.
Wow.
I used to mix alcohol.
And fish and potatoes, you told me, didn't you?
Fish and potatoes is a deadly combination. It creates a toxin.
So we got to watch out for these chemical mixtures that permeate.
And also just things, you know, you can find this stuff on the internet. Like, don't ever do Xanax and mushrooms at the same time.
Whoa.
Because they cancel each other out and you won't feel anything.
Well, oh wow. Yeah, don't ever do that.
It's not dangerous. It's just you won't get high.
I have a question. No, well, it sounds somewhat dangerous, but here's the thing.
You won't get high. You'll but then you'll keep popping Xannies and eating mushrooms. Like, I don't understand. I don't feel anything.
You know what else?
You know
what else that works?
No, you don't feel shit.
Really?
Like, I tried it one time. I was on
you just said bunk shit.
Xanax,
you just said bunk shit.
In your body, they stay in your body for a while, right? I took a Xanax in the morning before I went to work. I came out of work, I started doing some shrooms, and I didn't feel shit. It was like, I don't understand. I paid so much money for these mushrooms, and I'm not feeling shit. And then I looked it up on the internet and realized that mushrooms and fucking Xanax actually fucking cancel each other out.
The internet's right again, motherfucker. Yeah. You looked it up on.
Always right.
You looked it up on
the internet that isn't true.
You search Junkipedia for that information. Here's the deal. I was trying to deliver it. So how about, that works with meth and alcohol too. Like if you're drunk and you do some crystal or you smoke some meth. Not that I've done this. It makes you, no, not my thing, but it makes you sober. It cancels out like you're saying. Now, what about this that I've heard? Now, people talk a lot about mollies nowadays, right? Which I just thought was MDMA, like powdered ecstasy, right? But that's what I thought it to be. But I heard also that it's like 8 different drugs like mixed together in a capsule, like crack and
a little meth, like
meth, crack, molly,
like the shit,
press pills.
One time, actually, me and this guy one time did some mollies, and there was like some crystally like.
Well, the pills are cut with either heroin or meth. Yeah, correct. The crystal, just to give you that uppity feeling.
Yeah.
You uppity. Molly taken. But so anyway, lots of drug talk. Music and drugs go hand in hand. I mean, why do you think that is? It's like people?
Because it's an altered state of consciousness. I mean, I also believe that like it opens certain chakras to your, you know,
Whoa, new age
centers of
Shaka.
yeah. It's just energy. It's just the energy you feel. I don't know. I
pours out.
My personal experiences. I mean, I know there's people that there's people do drugs for certain things, you know, and I do it for like a more of an experience of expanding more, you know what I'm saying?
Oneness.
We all escape, you know what I'm saying? But you can either escape, you gotta escape wisely, you know, we escape to enjoy and we escape to, you know, expand, but you know, there's just escape to escape. Well, I think I use more of a fundamental approach to opening and expanding my soul, I guess, more. You know?
Wow, that's the deepest excuse for drugs I've ever heard. We do it to make the show more entertaining.
It's maybe shamanistic, you know? I mean, you know, it's shamanistic, I guess. I believe that, you know, everybody...
Shaman Britt
comes
stick.
with the spiritual aspect of it.
Yeah.
Well, you're down with the spiritual ass.
I like spiritual ass. Not pecs. You're into pecs.
Yeah, your ass and pecs. You're down with spiritual aspects. Okay, so, all right, so, but everyone in this room, it's a moment. It's a spirit moment, and the opening.
Opens certain, you know.
It's just this opening, like I'm supposed to open my heart, chest area, chakra more, or something like that. But it's supposed to pour out of your third eye and the top of your head and all this energy and all that. Yeah, we down with that. And somehow, you know, the music and creativity. Damn, man, sounds like a good thing for people. But it's not good for everyone else maybe who's not creative. I don't know. Does that work? Does that help too?
I just think people just don't understand it. I just think when people are when people discover, like, I guess oddities, you know, I guess you can say, they're unsure, you know, they're very unsure, and maybe to them, maybe sometimes they feel unsafe because they fear it. But I think part of like all exploring to life, you gotta, I guess, you know, swim to those deep depths of obscurity sometimes, and as shallow as this water may be to life, you know, but we gotta swim on until, like, we're on search for a paradise island of tranquility, happiness, I guess. But I mean, there's people when they swim, and sometimes a shark comes and gets them, you know.
Shit.
Ooh, you know.
Even when they're swimming
still
naked?
gotta swim on, you know, and I think I think that's where I'm at right now, you know. It's on that tranquility, like that.
Wow, that's deep.
Raw doggy dog. Yeah, swimming. Talk about swimming. That's literally.
I feel like I was watching The Life of Pi.
Life of Pi, man.
Real quick. I was like, wow. The Life of Pi.
Yeah,
the Life of Pi.
Where's your tiger at, man? Yeah, where's your like?
And I guess hopefully I can, with this music and art, I can throw a life preserver out for the some people.
Save them,
you know.
Save them, Jesus.
Yeah, I remember.
No,
this guy's like a rock and roll Jesus Christ.
I know. Yeah. Rock and roll Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I like about him. He's very Jimmy-ish. He's very got that spiritual, like,
Yeah, you gotta have it.
I believe it's got some power, you know, and I believe that.
What do you plan for your selling out? What would you like to do first when you sell out?
Before you sell out, you know. Because,
or before you sell out.
We're gonna sell out. We plan on selling out real soon too.
Oh, so soon. Yeah, what would it look like if you were to compromise your artistic integrity?
What's the one thing you want to do in your life before you either sell out or die? Because you're
really
going to do one or the other. But which the one thing you want to do in your life, in your career?
No, it's not selling out. It's buying in. I want everyone to.
Well, I'm saying that's what happens in the music industry. You either sell out or you get killed.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, all the guys that didn't sell out, like Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix, Bob Marley, Tupac, Biggie, they're all dead.
Lupe Fiasco, maybe.
What I'm saying, and that's cool.
Is this really recorded?
Yes, and that's cool. Who cares, man? The Illuminatis are always listening to our show. They're cool.
Oh yeah, they monitor.
Is this actually on the air?
No.
No, this is not live, dude.
No, we'll put it on. We'll put it on YouTube eventually. But
we have like 5 listeners.
We don't have a broadcast network.
Okay.
Well, you've seen it. I mean, you've seen our previous.
I guess
video.
it's like a warm up, I guess.
But my question is, what is the one thing you want to accomplish before you leave this earth?
Yo, mad deep.
To change the world, like.
Oh shit! Oh, that's such a cliche answer, man. Cool.
Change the world and help people find you know, their hearts and souls and
life preserver shit.
Yeah, that they could ever find, I guess.
Raise the Titanic. That's my mission. Yeah, exactly. Come on, man.
And do you believe like these conspiracy theories that like the Illuminati killed Michael Jackson and Tupac and all that? And
but who's the other one?
You don't have to answer that because we don't want them to come out there and we know that these.
No.
I know, but that's one of those things that, you know, you will never know the truth. You know, there's so many, you know, theories of even, you know, just go back to Jim Morrison. You know, they didn't see his body go in the coffin. They didn't do an autopsy. So how do we know like if he's really in there or not?
I was gonna.
Nobody saw the corpse. You know.
Yeah, it's
unless they say there's hidden theories that the wife. Or Pamela, not the wife, but Pamela, like she when she was doing heroin, he snuck in there and he probably did some before he died. They believe that, but there's also another theory where you know Jim Morrison always said try everything once, so he probably did it off some guy that I saw in a book that he did it and then he just overdosed, and then they wanted to make it seem like he went in the tub and maybe like try to like.
You know, I heard.
There's another guy who reminds me of a lot.
Oh yeah, Morris Rowe. Yeah. Oh no, that's Mark Morris Rowe.
And then even Jimi Hendrix, there's the girlfriend like doesn't even know about when he took all the Quaaludes. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so I heard something about Morrison's death, which is basically like. He died in the bathroom at a club or a bar or something.
In the hotel.
Or a hotel, and it was like really unglamorous as you'd expect it, like overdose, and like basically they like moved his body. He died in like America, but they moved his body to France or something so he could be buried there, which he is quote unquote now, like in Paris, and people visit his grave. But yeah, they like took him to France to make it seem like he died there, so it would be more like romantic and fucking rebellious or some shit. But yeah, I don't know. So it's not exactly what you were saying, but it's something like similar. Like we don't know. We don't really know.
You said we'll never really know the truth because it's always theories wrapped around theories. There's always these theories that the Illuminati.
You gotta connect the dots and you gotta think outside of the box per se, and you gotta find it.
Because even when you see all these theories that say, oh, the government killed this guy or whatever, there's always also theories that this guy really faked his death. Like there's the people that think that the government killed Tupac, but then there's a bunch of people that say no, he faked his death and he's really hiding from the government. And so there's always
no man, he became Jupac and went to work for Goldman Sachs.
You know, theories that Bill Hicks faked his death and became Alex Jones.
They say I saw something. Hunter S. Thompson's still alive. And
Hunter S. Thompson's still alive
with the Hell's Angels.
He's really Lyndon LaRouche.
Have you heard this? Have you heard this theory that Hunter S. Thompson? Another theory. Hunter S. Thompson was somehow involved in like snuff films. Like he was like a director of like films with fucking kids being shot or something like crazy. Like the worst shit ever. But I don't know. It was just some guy, some weird dude who claimed to be a photographer. Maybe he was certain. Like if you're on enough drugs, you could probably be told to do anything. You know, like if you're in an ether haze.
Like a libertarian.
He became a conservative.
It's only against his fucking philosophy to subject.
Probably.
I swear that the last thing he said in the movie of Fear and Loathing was when he was like, we were stuck at a survival mechanism level and we're waiting for some kind of life force that near the end of the tunnel, and I was like, wow, it's like that's deep shit, you know?
Yeah, it's the hippie movement, like dying and shit.
And of course, he died like right when he was in the middle of a book about 9/11.
Yeah, well, he was talking about trilateral, you know, Bilderberger conspiracies, you know, in the 70s, like back in the fear, like post Fear and Loathing.
Sometimes that madness, I guess, he was always a genius to it, you know?
Nixon campaign, Fear of Loathing, you know, on the Nixon campaign.
On the campaign trail, yeah. Well, yeah, there's the madness. We were saying the madness genius line is there is no line. It's like it just sort of swings back and forth. It's a lot of the time, right? Like a lot of fucked up people are also really smart. It's that evil genius.
They can either choose whatever, you know, their path, and you know, and I'm for the light, motherfucker.
Yeah. Do you have hope for there to ever be like a musician like you to like maybe one day become president? You know, like some like a rock musician or punk rock or whatever.
John Bon Jovi or
like,
something.
Because like you don't really have a lot of dirt in your background. Your lyrics aren't like violent. They're very like spirituals and stuff like that. So they wouldn't be able to use your music as something against you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what do you think about that? Like one day somebody like maybe like what's his name?
Rubio?
Bono.
You mean?
You know.
From U2?
Yeah.
The false
like
charity
that.
guy?
Hopefully not
well,
him,
he's not
I mean,
American, but yeah.
Yeah, but somebody like that to become some kind of world leader. Like, wouldn't that be like...
It would be so great, man. Well, Michael was going to be it, man.
Yeah,
Jacko was going to be the head of the UN, and they took him out. Yeah. But, no, I mean, yeah, you can respond.
I mean, yeah.
Not to answer.
Do you think that's going to happen, or do you think that would run contradictory to the musical rebellious spirit?
I mean, I don't want people to really have I guess a mind state of thinking that that's the way to go. And honestly, like, I did this because it's because it's a release, and when you think of a cathartic release, you do change the way humanity is, like, I guess, thinking and feeling. But I don't want humanity to blow up and thinking that's the answer. No, like, we should really come together and start our own revolution, as like we what we see day-to-day lives of what's on the television, what's on the internet. You know, it's like it's taken away from people's compassion, their interaction. It's like we're living so much in disconnectedness.
Dehumanized.
It's kind of unbelievable, and even music I feel is not the same. And I mean, if it's music and it gets you there, if it's music and it gets you there, but there's also ways of finding that music is also there to cleanse your spirit.
You're not
and that's what
how dare you say Tyga and Lil Wayne don't contribute to like humanity.
People are wanting the real shit in their lives. They're getting tired of the bullshit. It's just like comes to a point that the persona, you know, it unveils itself.
We have bullshit fatigue.
Yeah, like we can't fall into the illusion forever, you know.
Right.
So to wrap it all up,
we do this thing called predictions at the end of every show.
Man,
with future of current events, future events.
Johnny here loves to predict
because
stuff.
I'm always right. And,
that could be not it.
Predictions often come true.
Mine are good.
So we're gonna ask you, what are your predictions for the coming, year 2013?
How much anarchy will there be?
It's gonna be fucking badass.
I agree.
It's gonna be a good. How so is that? I really think a certain change is coming that is musically gonna happen, and I hope I'm a big part of that.
John just wants to hear about Rand Paul or something.
No. That's the answer I was looking for.
Something that's spiritualized, and you can't look away from what is really a life force there waiting to happen, and I miss fucking good fucking music, you know. And I believe music's not the same like it used to be anymore.
So you like Bieber's first album, or not more than this last
music is gonna make a comeback this year.
Yeah.
And I understand with me because I see bands like the Black Keys. I think they're very good. And I see kind of there's kind of like people are hungry for like good like.
So you think Justin Timberlake's new shit doesn't stack up to his old shit?
Shit is garbage.
All right.
This is for the people that are just like are craving that truth in their life, you know.
Oh man.
And take it as you want to take it. I guess.
I noticed. You know? Yeah, you have guitars on your shirt. I just noticed like 2 minutes ago. So this fool's for real. I mean, I will listen to music stuff.
Any more predictions?
Oh, you're asking me? Okay, well, we seem to be on this music theme. Yeah, well, it's just, I mean, we already know this isn't a prediction, but this wobbly dubstep-ish, like electronica will become more and more at the forefront, which is cool.
Dead now. They got it's already dead.
No, but it'll become like super mainstream,
it's and all about the trap
that's like the ultimate soulless, like, you know, electrified machine-made music, which is dope. I like it too. But yeah, it'll be that, and at the same time, a widening of the gap between real like instrument playing, Black Keysy and motherfuckers.
We're gonna see the death of like the dubstep shit. I think the trap step, the Harlem Shake is already being completely like clown because
it's time to bring back the fucking.
Plus, it's not even the real Harlem
shit,
Shake and everything, and so people are starting to see through the fake shit.
Like a renaissance.
You like the Black Keys, right?
Oh, you love it, Blackie.
Yeah.
Well, right. There will be something more intricate, something more like just like hard rock,
math rock type shit.
Like the last thing we've heard that were gonna come and go, or that they came, it was Sublime, but then they were just now.
Who will be the next like earth shaking?
You're right, like Sublime was really like, because they were real. They weren't talking about
that was the last thing I was gonna spit,
or anything like that. They were talking about real shit,
actually,
like everyday stuff.
He does talk. They do have the Santeria song. But he says he doesn't practice it. So,
exactly.
So he's like, we don't. But he's sort of promoting it.
He's basically saying, like, look, I can't talk about all this shit that other rock singers talk about, like, Hail Satan. And I can't be blingy and like the rapper. Yeah, so I'm gonna rap about what I lived like on the streets of Long Beach.
He was like, we're gonna steal shit.
Saying. Yeah, he was like a rapper talking about the streets, like a journalist, like Nas or like Rakim or something like that. Well, as a fucking singer.
Who will be the next?
About that guy.
Wait, who will be the next like protest, political, like really impactful?
I think it'll be Matt Britt.
Matt Britt, we got it. Let's do this.
Right now, like, because I deal with a lot of people like in the music industry, and I know who's gonna be like hot next and all that.
Oh, he knows.
I can tell you, like, the rock world.
Montana knows.
Like Matt Britt. There hasn't been something like this since Rage Against the Machine broke up, I think.
You have like beats and stuff. You're not just a guy with an acoustic guitar playing like on your recorded music, are you?
I write my songs first like that, and then I put it in guitar, and then drums are the next thing. So
but you have
I play drums pretty decent as well as bass and guitar, So it's
a full instrumentation. You got like just
I'm
different sounds. I got you, man. That's dope.
This guy does it all, man. I've seen this guy work. If he had like like 6 arms, like he could be the whole band.
Whoa.
All right. Well, anyway, IJS Radio. We gotta say something.
Just represent to the fullest, and choose your masturbation level accordingly.
Yes. Reduce it by all means if you can.
If you need to.
Wear a condom when you masturbate. It actually feels pretty good.
Vatican says so. Yeah, it'll numb your shit up. And listen to Matt Britt when you can at an undetermined future date.
I actually think that masturbating with a condom on tastes better. What?
It tastes better. You heard it here first.
Tried that. I've never tried tasting a condom.
A Montana slip.
But it does feel like, because like if you get the right kind of condom with the lubrication.
You mean the flavored ones?
No, not the flavored lubricant. I don't know, man.
Somehow this is always at the end of the show.
Girls could fucking swallow lubricant even if it has flavor in it. I don't understand. It's fucking lubricant.
Hey, IJS has a reservoir tip.
Right. But like I said, it feels really good because it's lubricated. If you get the ribbed kind, it feels really good. So
wow,
masturbation with a condom, highly recommend.
Give me one rib, and very nasty.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Get yourself some bitches.
Don't kill any children, please.
Try not to, folks.